And we have a camera. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for watching the lives, the VODs on YouTube. Those have been doing surprisingly well. Very happy about that. This is the third day of the Pirate Software Game Jam stream. I'm Will, or Thorge online. You can, and then Rob. Rob, say hi.
Hello.
Today's going to be a much shorter stream, probably just an hour and a half or so. But um, we're working on the game, so I thought we might as well go live. And tomorrow, Monday, the 20th, we are going to have a very big stream. We're going to be working on this all day. We both took PTO from our regular, boring corporate office jobs. And we were like, hey, let's get together and, in the same place and let's just stream and work on this thing all day. So this is going to be, tomorrow is going to be our biggest day working on the game throughout the jam. So I'm super excited about that. Like Rob's gonna be here in person, sitting right there. We're gonna order pizzas and get Chinese food, and have sodas and bourbon, and just be live all day and get a bunch of shit done. It's gonna be awesome. So tune in tomorrow if you're watching this VOD. Tune in on the 20th, Monday, tomorrow. We should be live most of the day. So
Yeah.
there's a couple things here that we need to work on. Tomorrow, I think we're going to hit music pretty hard. We've been talking about the Tron soundtrack. We've been talking about Daft Punk. We've been talking about futuristic, like synthwave kind of stuff.
Wave 80s, but also futuristic sounding.
Yeah, like 80s, future funk. Future funk. There's Future Funk's really good. Or I was talking about DJ Hero. There's a song in DJ Hero, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like wow, 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 wow. That song goes hard. We need something like that. So we're gonna be chefing it up in the kitchen tomorrow. But ow. I cut my hand the other day. This hurts. Anyways, um, I need to make a beehive. Is the beehive going to be 64 by 64, like 2 tiles wide, 2 tiles high? Do you think?
It
But
can be. I
not
mean, the
take up
bees
the
are going
full
to spawn just
space.
randomly all over the place, probably, but
Well, we could have like a centered, like, could we set like a spawn point and have? I feel like it'd be
you can
interesting
do
to
whatever
have
you
it.
want.
It would be cool to have like a beehive. I think
That makes sense.
it's gonna be like electric yellow, and it's gonna be like blocky as hell. Let me look up a good like beehive example. I'm thinking like kind of like the way the Minecraft beehive looks, but here. Beehive
What's Minecraft bee look like? I haven't played
POV.
Minecraft actively since bees existed in the base game.
Me and you need to play Minecraft sometime. Um the Minecraft
I feel like
beehive is kind of like it's like
it's the box.
pixely, it's a box. Not not the but we, there's two different ones though.
My experience is with the ones from the freaking, like, what's the mod that has all the bees? There's a mod that has like 4 million tons of bees.
I don't know. Bees have been in the game for like four
I
or
know.
5 years though. Um But if you're looking at the box beehive, that might be the one that's man-made. There's another one that just naturally generates on trees. Um, I'm thinking
Oh,
like
yeah, I see it.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like beehive, but like pixely. So like kind of like tiered almost. Something like where should the hole be on it though? That's the thing. I guess it would kind of be here. I want to split this down the middle. We'll do this. We're gonna have like a hole. I think I'm just looking at like reference pictures here. Something like this. This is gonna be filled in black, and then we'll do like how tall is this layer here? Because I want the layers to be basically the same. 5. Do like this, and it goes in 2. We'll go in another 2. And we'll just kind of see how this looks in a second. That's 4. Oops. That's 5. That's
So shouldn't
5.
that cloud this? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Now the boards are colliding with the detection range. But the bees aren't running away anymore. Makes sense because the boards should not even recognize that that area exists.
The beehive should probably hang from something.
I don't think so in this setting, but
You don't think so?
I was picturing something like a mound on the ground or like a beehive is on the ground. That's like this team has like a generators maybe if that
Okay.
is kind of like is there and you should basically be centered on the canvas probably. Just because they're placed in the middle of like tiles, I would guess.
Well, if it's centered on the
Well, that's center, but like look at the generator, right? The generator is not touching the edges of the canvas it's on.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
This kind of same kind of object is like sit in the middle of like the middle of a set of tiles, like and it's like, oh, it's a beehive. That could be something that maybe you can shoot enough times to bust, but it takes a lot of shots or like multiple charge shots or something like that instead of just like normal shots. Speaking of, I think the all shots would be charge shots. I feel like would be better aesthetically. I feel like a short charge for a short charge or a long charge, right? Because right now, as fast as you can click, you can fire. Right now, there's no cooldown. That could add a cooldown, of course.
I mean, a cooldown would
But I
help with
kind of
that.
feel like it would be cool if you like the player has to like stop moving to charge a shot, and then you let go, and then shoots the shot out, and based on how much you charge it.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
you have to like. I was thinking like Mega Man, where you can fire it pretty fast if you left click, but if you kind of just hold it,
Right,
it does like a kind of like charging noise, and then
right.
his
I feel
hands
like
get further apart, and you
my opinion
shoot the
is
big
maybe they
ball.
all be charge shots though. Is my thought.
How's that work?
Like just so you can't just spam click to solve your combat problems. You have to actually strategically move around, charge a shot, move a little bit, charge a shot, shoot them. Like so, it's more of like you're
Well,
being chased. You have to
that's
reload
okay.
between your shots.
It's not really like every shot being charged. That's just you can't shoot your gun while you're moving.
Well, ask me like it feels like
It needs a cooldown in between.
it is a cooldown, but like doesn't it feel kind of bad that if there's no there to be indication of that cooldown on the screen, right? For sure.
I don't think so.
Well, it feels bad though if you're like I can fire as fast as I can click. That makes sense. I click
None of
once, one
the
shot happens, right?
none of the Mega Man games have any kind of
There's no clicking in
indication.
those.
What?
There's no clicking in those though. I feel like on a mouse, it feels bad. Like if
You're
like
using a controller and
I
pressing a button to fire. It's the same thing.
said you can't click as I mean if you can't push a button as fast as you can click probably. Well, it depends on the person, I guess. Just like I'm just trying to think though. Like I feel like the whole like where wherever you fire it clicks. Like oh I clicked and fired. Oh I clicked again and tried to fire again, and this time it didn't actually shoot anything, and now I'm dead. There's no indication of like oh I can't. There has to be an indication of a cooldown if there's a cooldown. That's or a warm up either way, right?
I mean, I don't think so, but you can do that if you want. I'm not a fan of like every single data point, every single
I don't care about data. I mean visual. The
cooldown.
player needs a visual to know when I can shoot and when I can't shoot if I can't always shoot. Right? I would think so. If you can't always shoot, then there needs to be an indication so the player knows when they can and can't shoot.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. You don't have to.
That's what I was saying. Still, like game feel, right? Visual indication of some kind of visual indication of firing, of charging a shot. Those have to be there.
You don't have to
There has to be something. You try
provide.
to fire a shot and you can't. It needs to indicate somehow that your shot didn't happen, other than it not happening, like a sound effect or a.
Why would your shot not happen? I'm kind of struggling to picture what you're saying here because I feel like
I clicked 3 times to fire 3 shots. Only 1 shot fired, and I'm dead now. What happened?
why are you getting angry?
That was me expressing as a player who would be pissed at the game. How who would be established? You click to fire a bullet. Oh, there's 3 dudes here. I need to shoot all 3 of them. I clicked 3 times. I only shot 1 bullet. I shot one of them. I'm dead. This game sucks.
I mean, you can put an indicator if you want.
I'm just like just trying to think.
I mean, I've
I don't know.
played hundreds of video games in my time, and I don't think that that's required by any means, but we can do that.
I'm just trying to think
It's not
what's the
like
game
life or. I
like.
feel like you're acting like it's life or death.
I
It's
can't think of any
definitely
game though
not.
like that. I'm trying to think of a game of any kind of reputation that doesn't have some kind of feedback like that.
I mean, do if you feel like it's necessary, go ahead. I don't think it is, but you can do whatever you want. You're acting like it's life or death though,
It's not.
over like an indicator, but I don't think
Especially like
it's not
like the fast you can click is probably
necessary.
fine.
It's not necessary to provide every single piece of information to whoever's playing your game. They don't have to know everything. I feel
Then
like
it might be better just to
you get
not change it at all. It's fine as is for the base shot. Just use click, and as fast as you can click, you can fire. If you can click really fast, you can fire really fast. That's fine.
well. I mean, we can have a cooldown too. You
That's
could.
my style is to make it less, make it more strategic of the combat, of where you have to like stand still and charge a shot, even for normal shots. But like it's a very quick like fraction
Well,
of a second for a normal shot, but several seconds for a charged shot.
I would imagine that some enemies aren't affected by regular shots, and that's the difference.
Right.
Like maybe some people will chase you, and only the large shot is effective against it.
Right.
But that's something that you
That
have to
makes sense.
figure out on your own. That's something that you have
So
to
like the
figure out on
bees,
your
yeah,
own.
if you click really fast, you can kill all the bees that are in front of you. But to kill the beehive, you have to charge multiple shots to break the beehive or something like that,
Yeah, or
maybe.
like whatever bigger enemy we add. But we don't
Or
have to.
shield of the enemies
But
require you to bust the shield first with a big shot
part
before you can shoot
of
them.
part of like I f- I feel like often you get stuck on like how are we going to convey this information to the player, but most games
Isn't
don't
that's half
do
the job of game
that.
development is conveying information to the player.
Well,
How you choose
not
to
really.
did and like the biggest design decisions are like to how and to what extent you communicate stuff is one of the biggest like design things, right? I think it is.
I mean, you get hung up on like how are we going to explain this to them, but people don't like games where everything is explained. You have to figure out stuff on your own. Nobody wants a rule book or a Lego book that says step 1, step 2, step 3 and then when you finish the book, you're done with the game and it we showed you every single mechanic and how every single mechanic
Hmm.
worked and hand feed it to you and hold your hand the whole time. Nobody likes
Hmm.
it's a game. It's not an instruction book. We can have an indicator, but if
I'm
you're
trying to feel like
my argument is if you have a cooldown on the basic shot, there's no need for an indicator for that because all it's going to do is flash your screen because the cooldown should only be like a second at the absolute most. So you're only going to have an indicator for less than a second that you aren't able to fire. Do you see what I'm saying? And
yeah.
the charge shot, you have to stand still to do that anyway. So there shouldn't be an indicator for the charge shot either because you have to be standing still and holding left click to be able to charge it, and it should have the same cooldown in between that the basic shot does. So an indicator is pointless. The game feel is like maybe we teach you that you have a gun, but we don't have to tell you that it's zero point 0.6 seconds that you have to wait in between you can left click. Like, that's just game
I'm
feel.
just trying to
That's like
think
you
any like
figuring it out on
shooter,
your own.
like any first person shooter where there's a cooldown on the weapon, you have a visual thing around the reticle or something that tells you how long until you can fire again.
If there's a special
Right.
ability or something where there's like a 20-second cooldown and you're playing Overwatch and you have an indicator on your ultimate because you don't
If
need
you're
to
playing
figure out that
Fortnite
it's
and you use the hunting rifle, there's a visual indication of your reload, like the reload on a gun, so you know when it's reloaded.
yeah. I mean, well, the indicators, the reload animation.
Which also has a
There's
visual line that goes up that shows you the reload progress. Every weapon does.
Why are you stuck on a weapon reload indicator,
Because
bro?
because you're firing a weapon. The basic mechanic of any game of shooting is firing a weapon, right?
I guess, yeah, but it's just kind of trivial and small. I
Maybe.
mean, we don't have a
Every little visual US thing adds up though, of like that makes it feel like your baby's first game versus these guys know what they're doing. It's kind of like the polished stuff, right?
well, if you're firing the electric out of your hands, we haven't discussed a reload. I don't think there needs to be a reload
There
animation
won't be
for
a
that.
reload.
You can have an indicator, but it's going to be so brief that it's just going to look like something's flashing in the corner of your screen. Like, for a gun
Well,
that takes more than a second or two to
the
reload, I
indication
understand an indicator,
would be the
but
animation. If there's an animation that plays for the firing other than this idle, the animation completing would tell you when you can fire again. So if there's just like a fire animation that played when you like fired shots. Now that feels less important in a 360 firing way anyways, because you can't make it look like good firing 360. If it's like a shoots holds hands forward shooting thing, right? That you have to
mm-hmm.
make animations for that. And it wouldn't look good because right now there's no indication of like, oh, I fired behind me, I turned around. No, you have to move to turn around.
I
You could
mean,
fire 360, which might not be a best anyways, but the way our movement is, it probably makes the most sense still.
add an indicator then, man. I mean, I'm not somebody who cares about that kind of stuff when it is in games. So I'm a bad person to ask. I'm sure that there's more analytical people who
I'm saying
feel
there's stuff
like they
that you
need
don't notice
that.
in games that if it was missing, you would notice it. But you don't notice it day to day. But if it was suddenly not there, you would notice it and miss it. It's not there.
So
You would notice
how
it's
do
not
you want to
there.
represent it then? Because I don't think that there should be more than half a second of a cooldown in between left clicks. So how do you want to represent
I'm just trying to.
a half second delay that you're showing
I don't
them
know.
because you feel it's necessary?
So I'm trying to figure out this because I'm trying to figure out the balance too, where I think a cooldown feels bad, but also being able to shoot as fast as you can click also feels bad too. I think, right?
I don't think it should be as fast as you can click.
But I feel like it's not like a. Hmm.
It shouldn't be
It's not
as
like
fast as
on-screen
you can
button
click.
that would show like, cause like a lot of games it would show you if you shoot there'd be like either like a little quick little circle reload on the button that indicates on the screen it's shooting. I don't know. It's just it doesn't matter
You're
that
getting
much.
hung up on little things again, dude.
That's normal.
I mean, like you're not gonna die over an indicator light, bro.
Did I fix this or is it still broken?
It's all good.
Let's see. Areas don't care about that, do they?
Trying to figure out how I want to do this beehive. I kind of like stopped working on it entirely during that
Yeah.
conversation. Should it be square, or should it be like a tiered 3D kind of thing?
It should be like a dome or like a beehive shape, like a normal like the bigger in the middle beehive shape.
Oh, you want like one of those, like a hexagon kind of thing?
Hmm. Like it should just like it's gonna be sitting on the floor, so it needs to look like it'd be sitting on it makes it sitting on the floor. It could be like either
Hmm.
like a dome, it's flat on the bottom mostly.
That's
Well,
what I was going for.
flat, but like perspective wouldn't be quite that.
I wanted to look pixely.
Hey, Keymark's in here. I don't know if you noticed him yet.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah,
I mean, I didn't notice earlier, I guess.
I read everything, but I think you were going kind of ham, so I didn't say anything out loud. But I read everything he said. I was thinking about the shotgun in Fortnite. If the shotgun does anything, I've been playing Fortnite since 2016. If the shotgun does any kind of indicator, anything other than just saying that you're out of ammo on the right side, bottom right side of the screen, I haven't noticed it, paid any attention to it at all, because I don't know if that exists or not. And I've been playing Fortnite since 2016.
See, I feel like it has it, but I feel like if it was gone, you would be like something's different,
But well,
and it's worse.
I just don't. I don't think that it's an important element. Like it is if there's like a longer cooldown, that way I can time things. But if it's like a second or two, I don't need to see that.
A second's a long time in a real time actiony game.
But you feel that you don't need somebody to count down or like imagine like you shoot a gun and then I whisper in your ear one, and then as soon as I'm done saying one, you can shoot the gun again. Do you
Well,
feel like you need that kind of feedback? Because I feel like that's a
well,
little crazy. I feel
well.
like that's a little nuts.
In most games that have proper animations for things, the animation would be an indicator, right? Mega Man fires his gun. There's a little animation that plays on the gun. It's only a couple frames, but
But that's to make it
it's there.
look like there's. I think that that's more for you to think like he actually fired a gun. There was some kind of kickback, some kind of recoil.
Right,
Like
but the muzzle flash.
he needs to put the next bullet in. Like that's not for like, oh, I can do it again now.
Well, a lot of retro like space shooters though too. The muzzle flash is the timer on when you can fire again. The muzzle flash appearing and dissipating real quick is your timer of when you can fire again.
I just
That's pretty standard in like old school space shooter like stat scrolling or up scrolling things.
I guess this feels like a very autistic thing to be obsessed
Probably.
with. Like it's just such a minute like
But the minute things are what separates Baby's first Game Maker game from production from
I know
sellable product.
yeah I get it.
Sorry, Baby's second Game Maker game.
It all right, I need to quit having this conversation so I can focus on a beehive because I'm not going to get anything done.
We should.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke and a bee pun, but I couldn't find it.
Um, should it be 3D in kind of the same way that the generator is? Probably not. But it's I guess it's that perspective that you're looking at it. It should be the same perspective. Like you should see the right side and the top.
Right. You think of most of the frame, but it should be like a little bit of gap around it just to show this so it sits inside the tiles and doesn't sit like over on top of them exactly, so where you don't see the lines anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I feel like you could probably use the same like the generator. You basically just doubled in size, like literally, right? After you were done, you just doubled the size.
Uh-huh.
The beehive should be the same way, probably.
I don't want it to look exactly the same. I want to make it
I mean, like that
a
scale
little
though,
more
because right
like
now it doesn't look like it's a drawn a bigger. It looks like a bigger sprite just scaled up, which because it is, but that's fine. But I think like there should be some consistency between like destroyable world objects, right? Like the generator is a destroyable world object. It sticks out. It obvious is supposed to be relevant to something. So like the beehive could be the same way, same kind of like perspective, same kind of like All the bees around me. So I can't shoot these guys still because the freaking bullet gets eaten by the area around it. Even though I turned that off. Cool.
Uh, like it probably shouldn't be a box though. It probably should have
No,
some
it
kind of
should not be a
shape to
box.
it.
Is that what I came across as saying? Is it should be a box?
Hmm?
Did I
What?
come across as saying it should be a box?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what it should look like, to be honest.
It should be beehive shaped. I don't. This guy.
Beehives come in so many different shapes, and they're also usually hanging from a tree or something. You said you didn't want it to hang, so it needs to be like more like a mud dauber or like a wasp nest kind of thing.
I mean, it should look like a beehive still just sitting on the ground. Doesn't make sense. We're on a
Beehives
computer.
don't sit on the ground.
They also don't spawn antivirus bees in a
I
computer.
I
So
I guess, yeah.
but you do like the simple like I don't know beehive shaped one. It's like bigger in the middle, but you if you feelers off the bottom so it can sit flat. So it's like a few of the smaller layers chopped off the bottom, so it still is bigger at the bottom than the top, but the biggest in the middle. Or I don't know how to better describe that.
Digital beehive yields like no results on Google.
I looked for a beehive just now, and there's like a cartoony looking like shaped one that looks like the right shape. Just you would cut off at the flat part where the hole is, and not.
Cut off the flat part where the hole is?
I searched for beehive. I see like a PNG tree one that has like little cartoon bees flying around it.
Are you talking like a dome? The dome kind of one where the hole's at the bottom?
Something like that.
Okay.
I keep seeing like every single one I see is the beehive shape, but you chop off the bottom so like the hole is at the floor level.
Yeah. I think it should have like one layer
Terrible
below
way to
it.
describe it, but sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, beehive. Just take the beehive part off the bottom of the beehive and leave the rest of the beehive.
It's fine. I think I have it. I think I have it. So we'll do too thick. This looks better. Maybe like here. Um, I'm struggling over here, man. My entire train of thought has left the station for the day. Why am I still on the fucking squares? I'm still on the squares. It still needs to look 3D though. Should it just be shaded on one side? Probably. It should just be shaded on like the left side, I think. And it needs to look like the layers are kind of rounded.
Hmm.
We'll try that. So, is this the same height? 7? No. I want them to be the same height too. Maybe here. That's 7. I'm just going to copy it and then change it. That's going to be the best. Which this is what I was doing earlier already, but fine. What the hell's going on with this? It's so weird.
Also, other stuff. The thing that trips me up apparently is the fact that I can't use two different detection areas for the hits on the B, and I can't get it to work. Let's see, because apparently the collision layers don't actually respect like what you set for areas, which aren't bodies. If you use a body instead of an area, they completely comply with each other and makes it fly off the screen like it was before. So the bullets are areas hitting bodies, but bodies and areas are not the same thing. They act differently. Hmm. Area. Obviously, to have other stuff to work on isn't figuring out weird collision layer bullshit. Complete.
Rob, thoughts?
Nice.
I'm gonna add more. Is it too many layers?
My,
Should I take
my
one layer
only
off and make
my
them
only thought was
bigger?
like making it start out at the bottom, like not the full width, and then going up a little bit, and I can round it. But it's probably better sitting like makes more sense like that probably.
What do you mean, like have the hole at the bottom?
Well, not that. I meant like the outside edges, like making it start out like curving out a little bit and then back in before it goes narrow. I don't know.
Okay,
That might make sense
I can do
because
that.
it's sitting on the floor, so it would make sense at all for it to be like that, other than just stylistic maybe.
The only thing is
It might be better flat,
this needs to have some kind of depth to it.
right? Okay, detection area. I'm gonna move this.
You probably should only see like the one side actually.
If you escape the bee circle, I think the bees will keep chasing you forever once they detect you.
Yo, Kalu, welcome in.
What's up?
Did the bees just chase you forever?
They should. You either kill them or you kill them or they kill you. That's when they stop chasing you.
Yeah. Okay.
You can play a bit, but it's not anything to make so they can kill you. I adjust their collision shape a little bit so they collide a little better. I could not get the area I was doing to work right with like separate collision shape for the bullets versus the actual collision. There's some weird layer thing that is set up weird, and I was like, I'll come back to it, but for now, good enough. But they can chase you, you can shoot them. I need to add so they can actually get you. Right. Disconnect the area entry signal on the bullet since there is no
When's the game coming out? It looks awesome. This is not the Forbidden Flask. The Forbidden Flask is our main game that we're working on that is can be wishlisted on Steam now. It's not out yet, but you can wishlist it. This is our like techno game that we're building for a game jam. Started 2 days ago, ends on the 31st, so it runs 2 weeks. But it's like a puzzle action game where you play as a computer virus that got inserted into a computer, and you're trying to solve the puzzles, get past the antivirus and the firewall and whatnot, and corrupt everything, and then you win the game. This is probably gonna have to change a little bit, Rob. I don't know. We'll see how it looks in the scene for now. I'm not super happy with it, but it's good enough to get an idea, and we can make incremental changes. Game Jam 16. Okay.
And if you do want to show the game, I can pull it up. I do have the bees fix.
Yeah,
good enough.
I just dragged the beehive into our drive. Yeah, Kalu, we can show you the game real quick if you want. So it's improved some since yesterday. Flipping it over to your screen now.
Okay.
Alright, so you play as this virus character. Are you able to make the window bigger?
I mean, it's gonna.
Here.
It scales like this right now, which is fine. But
okay, well, this is good.
it shows you can see more at once this way, anyways. So that's good for showing off.
Yep.
So if you run around, you go, or you go.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say we have like a scrolling background in the back. It's a puzzle game, so there's generators that generate walls. Like you're not able to walk through the yellow wall, but you can shoot the yellow generator with electric. It breaks it. the yellow wall opens, and that gives you access to the purple generator. When you break that, that generator breaks. It opens the top corner.
You use bees.
And then we have bees that chase you. We call them
Those should be hitting that wall.
Maccabees.
So like everything you're fighting is like these security systems. You, of course, put in like a video game personification type of, So you've got like enemies that spawn that are the antivirus.
Yep.
You'll have like little other things that are like literal firewalls that are fire. Maybe like patrol robots that like just scan for viruses and it will just delete you if they see you. Stuff like that. That's it so far. We just did the bees. As far as like the basic, like they detect you, they chase you, you can shoot them. Need to add in to actually get you, because basically everything in this game, if you get killed, you start to level over pretty much. Like if an enemy gets you, you start to level over. You fall off the map, you get hit by one of the firewalls or whatever. But it's level based, so you start that one level over and it's take another go at it, and then you progress through the game.
Yep. If you get hit by an enemy, or like we're gonna have a fire world, kind of like Mario.
Every game.
They have a fire. Yeah, every game has a fire world, but it's gonna be sick. If you get hit with like a fireball, or you fall off the map or anything, you just die and go back to the beginning.
Ice world with slippery floors.
We should add a hardcore mode where if you die, you start back at level 1. So like you have to beat everything in one go.
Speedrun mode.
Do we have any tentative names for this game?
I haven't thought of any. We could like just go with some computer like name. Do like we could go with the freaking like what do you call the character again?
Carl Corruption. He's like, Carl Corruption.
Carl Corruption at exe or some shit. I don't know. That's just the name you give the file, but that's funny.
We just look up like old like computer models and stuff.
I like how I have this ominous text, I see you, over and over again in all caps still.
We'll figure it out. I still want like a Macintosh enemy or something you talk to, or something,
like an apple like shaped enemy or something. Like maybe the worm comes out of the Apple computer, but it's the Apple shaped computer. But it's a computer shaped apple. I don't know.
A computer shaped apple?
Because because worms live in apples apparently or something. I don't know.
That's true. And
I've never encountered one. But
there's a type of apple called the Macintosh, which is what like that originates from. But
yeah. So you have a worm sticking out of the apple because the worm, an apple.
If you've ever gone apple picking, you'd notice it because there's a lot of apples with holes in them, and it's where worms eat through them. They're trying to keep the doctor away, man.
I've not done that before.
You've never been to like a farm and picked produce?
I've picked pumpkins before.
You can go. Count, really. You can go get you can go out to like strawberry fields and pick your own strawberries and stuff.
I've gone farmers markets to get stuff, but I've never gone to a place where you pick it yourself.
It's fun. I've done it with peaches, blueberries, apples. Apples 10 times. It's a good time. I've been to a tea plantation.
Huh.
In Georgia. Bigelow. Bigelow branded tea.
Yeah.
Bigelow has a tea plantation in, I think, Georgia. It's either Georgia or like South Carolina, and you can go there and they'll teach you all about tea, and you can like walk through the fields and stuff. They show you the whole process, take you through the Bigelow factory. It's awesome.
Nice.
They also have like one of the oldest trees in like, I don't even know. There's just a gigantic like ancient ass tree, and people are like, if you go there, people are always like, they'll have like canvases out and their little French hats, and people like paint this tree. It's a beautiful tree, man. It's not super tall, but it's like a very wide trunk, like a huge trunk, like a redwood sized trunk, and it just branches out super far all around it.
Huh.
It's super pretty. I got pictures there and stuff. Um anyway, so we need the bee. Do we need the bee from like the front view? Or is it just gonna face left or right and kind of come towards you?
I'm fine if it's facing left and right, honestly.
Honestly, it looks fine like that.
You can still push them. Again, you can push them right now. It doesn't matter. That won't matter because he'll be dead by that point if we have a chance to do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Let's figure out the next thing we're doing, and then, if you have some code or something you're working on, I'm gonna make a scrolling background. If you don't, we should fix the walls.
I mean, which walls? Like these walls on the just the blocking ones.
Yeah, you keep saying that the walls suck and that they don't look good.
Wait, it looks
And
like it's part of the floor just at the angle it's at and the position it's at, right?
well, you're the one who angled it, and you're the one who positioned it, though.
It's bound to the grid
Yeah.
with tiles.
What's it look like when you put it in the middle of the map, though, not on the edge? Or like if you put it on the top of the map? Because it should have the side.
Like,
it should
just
have
like
the
this,
same. It
like-
should have the same side texture.
There's no. I mean, that's what it looks like because these are centered on the actual tile itself. So your top part.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying it should have the same side texture as the floor pieces. Yeah,
This
it
looks
looks
like
like a hole.
completely flat.
It looks like a hole
Right.
in the ground.
So we need a different way to go about that. I don't know what it is, but we need to go with different texture. Like you could do like some kind of like metal looking things just to kind of like give it like the same like aesthetic as like this kind of color palette, with some kind of metal wall maybe, like or metal like big metal boxes sitting on the floor that you would be stacked together kind of or something like that.
I mean, it would be nice if it were the same texture though, because then you could stack it and it look kind of like the Cubert or something. What's that
From
one
this view,
game?
though, from front view though, it looks just like they're just floor tiles, right?
I know it sucks right now.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we shouldn't change the texture entirely. We should just figure out how to make it work, because it would be cool in like a world made out of voxels, like you should, like in Minecraft, if you have like a dirt ground or something, you should be able to build dirt blocks up on that, but tell that there's depth.
Well, we don't. We got front-facing camera that's angled like one way, but not more than one way, because it can't be about doing everything over, right?
Yeah. What's that game that you were referencing the other day? Mega Man something?
What?
Mega Man Battle Network?
Yeah, that was referencing kind of some aesthetic stuff, but it's isometric though, so it's kind of hard to translate some of that stuff into this 2D.
Oh, it is isometric. Shit. We should have done something isometric.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah. But it makes 2D look good in like a 3D world. I mean 2D's fine. How do we make it not look? How do we make it look 3D then?
I don't know. I'm not good at pixel art stuff. I'm sure there's techniques for it, obviously, the games use. I just don't know. I can't think of an example to be a good look at offhand right now.
I mean, we don't have to have. I would just get rid of it for now. We don't need
What if?
a
I
second
mean,
floor.
we do need wall. We do need. This has to be. This is solid because it has to be solid. Or you can shoot the generator and just skip the whole level. So you have to be. You have to have solid walls to place in both directions to make this to build our levels out. Of course, we can use holes because you can't. You can shoot over holes, right?
We need to make it so that the character dies and like actually physically falls off the map.
Yeah.
Because right now they just hover. But he should just straight up fall through the void if he walks off. And then he should die and respawn. Because right now you can just fly.
Yeah. That's a separate thing. But I mean, even fixing that though, you still could stand here and shoot generator if there wasn't walls there.
I'm not talking
Like
about that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Just
just,
with
I'm
subjects.
just talking about. Yeah, I switched subjects, but you're right. You're right. He does need to be able to fall though.
I don't know. His hitbox is kind of like this looks okay. That's obviously broken. That's fine. Like this feels pretty good. You can like.
Yeah,
This feels,
I mean, it
pretty,
looks good too, but I'm kind of like losing. I'm losing my marbles every time you walk off the edge and you don't fall.
Yeah, and it's just, this works too. This is sorted properly. I'm pretty sure. Also, his hitbox should be a circle, not a square. That's part of why it's kind of weird, clunky in some cases. Changing that right now, actually. His hitbox should not be a freaking square. Should be a circle. That's my position pretty much right there, right? Is that maybe a little bit down? There, I'll ignore that for now. For interaction later, but is that pretty good for like where his feet are, like where he counts as being positioned? A
Hold
little
on.
bigger, maybe.
Hold on. I broke my music.
Ah,
Yeah, give me just a second. There we go.
it's like I mean, I would have visible again, so you can kind of roll off of like corners a little bit better if a circle hitbox.
Yeah.
This is probably good. Kill these guys. They're not. in the
But that
way,
means
blocking.
the bee has to touch that circle though, so the bee can touch.
Right now, that is correct.
Like the bee can be inside your torso or your head, and you're not gonna die.
It's kind of weird because I mean, look the bees because right now if I go like below, detect it and get below them, right? So it's like that makes sense though. Like your perspective, right? That one's actually just now getting to you, right? The one behind you here, even though they're hitting the box right now.
Yeah. Okay, it's
Like,
fine then.
but yeah,
fine
it's
for
fine. Below
perspective.
you get hit from like right there about, which is feels about. Again, we can play off all this stuff later.
Yeah.
There's a better way to do a couple things here. I just don't want to spend an hour on that when I could spend an hour
Yeah.
getting stuff implemented we need to implement
Yeah.
to come back to make feel better later situation.
So should I just make like a metal steel box thing that kind of fits with the lasers?
Kind of my thought, like, or like if you go like give it a pattern. If you go still like very simple colors and shapes, give it like a pattern instead, like a little diagonal line pattern or like a X pattern or something like that.
We're just gonna do.
Give it like an error. I don't know.
I'm just gonna do like literally the. The things, the pylons. So portal. We'll do. You want to design another level now? Like work on a level together.
I need to get like def working.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking I gotta hop out of here soon.
Oh, I can't wait. I need to finish a couple things on this level before I can build a second one because I need to build a couple things like a spawn point mechanic so it knows where to put you back. And I didn't add this stuff yet because we have one level so far. I was just this kind of his test to throw down mechanics and make sure they work. So far, at least. Now we've got most of what we need for level 1, pretty much.
So
except for
the
just
walls are going to be
visual stuff.
the walls are going to be 64 tall.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
And whatever they are, like basically we need to make it like a top texture as well, so we can put like a tattoo tile wall and then put like a ceiling part of the wall that goes back some. Right?
What do you mean?
So like walls need ceilings. So it needs to be a top of the wall view, right? So if you see a 64 pixel wall, you should see how to paint. If you see a 64 pixel wall, like here's pretend our floor is there. Here's the wall, right? There'll still be a texture up top. It's like ceiling, so it shows the height of the wall. So there's like there's your wall and there's like what's behind the wall, right? So the wall needs to look like it's only 64 tall, but it can go back as many spaces as it needs to, right?
Well, you would just
kind of have that already.
You would just lay more walls behind it, though.
Not quite, but remember these are all going to be on the tile set, which are 32 by 32 tiles.
The wall needs to be on the tile set?
Well, I mean, assuming, I mean, right now they are. I figured they'd be on. It doesn't matter, I guess, but
the pylons aren't. But you want it to act like the pylons.
That's want to be a wall you can't walk through. I don't know. Like I wasn't gonna do like free position walls because they get. I mean, we can do that.
No, we can. It makes sense to put it in the tile sheet, but we just need to figure it out logistically.
So you would draw two tiles to make the front of the wall, right? Or I guess you would technically do like a non-patch type situation or something like that, where it's like 3 by 3 tiles, or two tall, 3 wide with like.
I think you're making this more complicated than it has to be.
Probably. How should it be then?
I mean, it should just be.
Like, it needs to look.
There should be a wall front.
It needs to look like it fills up a tile, right? Each one's looking like it fills up a tile, but it has height to it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There should be a wall front that's 64 tall by 32 wide. And then there should just be a wall, and all it is a 32 by 32 square. That's just that light gray color with the brown border. And you draw the wall, but wherever you're looking from front on will have the full 64 wall height.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's how we need to do it.
Okay.
So I need to grab these 2 colors here. Hold on. This and then the light gray. Okay, so this is gonna be wall. PNG. And then I need.
But these will just go on the tile map, right?
Yeah.
If you're making them.
That's fine.
Tile map size.
Yeah, they can go on the tile map. 64. Now this is going to be a little different, a little trickier. It's going to be this darker gray color.
Let's think about how we fall off the map. So to fall off the map, your whole circle should have to be off of the tile, right? I would think. I don't know. I think it's weird. Going up whole circle and puts you all the way up here until you fall always makes sense. It feels right. You're on there still. You go up more, you fall. I don't know. You're doing that stuff.
Yeah, you told me to work on walls, and then
I don't know. Questions about like
your
depth.
your whole circle should be off, and then you fall.
Okay, but look, like here it looks fine with the current circle. Down here, you have to go all the way this far down before you actually fall, which I guess is fine. You have to
Hold
get
on.
that far before you actually fall
I
off
mean,
the map.
most games I've played, you can have almost your
You get a little
entire
bit of
character
leeway,
model off and then have like a millimeter of your back heel and you're perfectly fine. It's
right?
pretty standard for video game logic. Um, I
So
added
really,
I added the
hmm,
beehive and I added the wall and the wall front. Rename them how you like. Um, you just need to not be able to go through them, and bullets need to not be able to go through them. Entities also can't go through them. So this will be like an
right?
impassable object that you can't break, you can't interact with. Um, I've got it over on your screen here.
Hmm. Let's see, here.
Let me text people real quick. Do you have them yet?
What was that?
Do you have them yet?
Did you save them in the same?
They're just in Pirate Gem
Sheet?
16. Oh shoot, I didn't put them in the sheet. Damn it.
Because I haven't opened. I haven't. Don't have the file. I mean, I have the files for that, but I haven't edited it all yet.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, I forgot. Save this. Files, PNG. Okay, it's updated. Probably gonna take you a second though. Do you want me to just send it to you over Discord so it's faster?
Don't matter. I mean, it'll update the drive after, and it's
Well, it's already in the drive anyway. You just have direct access to it immediately.
Usually if I refresh it, it shows up, but I can't do that without opening the Google Drive settings, which shows the email address.
I'm on the be right back screen, but also here you go. You can just download it from there. It's the same thing. Let me know when I'm good to go back to your screen.
Save. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. And I'll make more connector pieces that like work with the things. I also need to change the up and down pylons to be longer, I know. The two gray squares are the front wall, like the front view of the wall. And then the light is the top.
Here, because that's 6. So let's see here. And turn that off. Collision shapes off. Now you can't walk behind this at all. I can fix that, but that's the wall.
Can't shoot through it, right?
No.
Can't bring a bee through it, right?
It's interesting because this needs to be a different tile technically without the collision.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
Because this is squattable. If I make it not squattable, I'll be on top of it. Wait, I guess these can be like ones you go behind. So I can do. Wait,
I don't know what you're saying.
They can't have collision. Like the collision is not going to work right. Because this should not be solid. Obviously, I should be able to go behind this.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be able to go behind these.
We'll just have to make another one on the sheet that you can go through.
Yeah.
That looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
We're the ones building these levels, man. It doesn't matter.
Does this look fine though?
And it's... Yeah, I think so. I wanted it to be the same color as the floor, so it looked more like a digital environment and not a metal room, but... That's the best I can give you right now.
Fine, because I mean, it looked being the same as that. It looked too like same thing. Let's see, trying to think here how I can like play with it a little more here. You wonder if like Heroes we have to use stuff like this. Like we do like this, right? Tile map, not tile set. This. If you want a wall like this blocking this generator or something, we could do like that. But you have to have at least one top tile still for it to look right. Right? Yeah. Flip a little bit here.
All right, I gotta hop off here.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Theater he wants to go to is like 20 minutes from here, so I gotta get going. We can make some better walls. I think those are effective for testing.
Yeah. I guess really only the bottom ones are collide, technically speaking, right? Technically. So you can walk like pretty all the way behind it.
Yeah, you should be able to walk
too
behind
tall.
it.
And yeah, so you should be able to walk here just fine. You can't see yourself, but that's your problem.
Yeah, that's your problem. Exactly. If you don't have the brain power to figure out that you're behind a wall,
Object permanence.
you shouldn't be. Yeah, if you don't have like yeah, object permanence, then like that's a whole different conversation. You probably shouldn't be playing a puzzle game because your real life is a puzzle.
Probably.
I gotta go.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, guys. Bye. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
the big stream. Be here tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I'm not even gonna give you a time because it's gonna be most of the day, and I don't know if Rob's gonna be late or not, so I can't tell you. I would like to shoot for 10 a.m.
That's the goal.
We'll see when he gets over here. Goodbye, guys.